So personalization remains one of the most significant challenges for marketers in 2014. And that is largely a byproduct of fragmented investments in technologies, in limitations with marketing tools, and challenges with poor data quality, customer segmentation, and targeting. But this challenge is amplified significantly in an environment where a national or global brand is managed by a corporate marketing entity, a centralized marketing function that oversees the overall brand, and a network of local or affiliate marketers who represent that brand in a local targeted environment. So we recently did a webinar with Distribuon on this very subject, and it was titled Turnkey Personalization Strategies for Local Marketers. And I'd like to spend a few minutes just talking about and I'm going to kind of distill the insights from this webinar. If you want to check out the full webinar, you can get it from the link below. But really just what are the key takeaways and how do you power personalization? Are there actually turnkey strategies to do this? Because for most marketers, it seems very, very complex. And I think there's a way that you can derive significant value instantly and quickly without a major investment in time and in money. So let's talk about this. So the three necessities for turnkey personalization are as follows. 1, personalization must be strategic. 2, it must be scalable. And 3, it must be simple. And so I want to go into the details on some of these. So from a strategic standpoint, personalization really needs to be linked to the goals of your organization. And whether that's increased revenue or stealing market share from a competitor, these goals are really going to drive and dictate investments in empowering personalization in your organization. You're never going to be able to justify investments that are absolutely necessary unless you can back those into the goals for your organization. Secondly, you have to ask, what are you actually personalizing? And with so many different channels, lots of marketers become overwhelmed. They say, well, I don't even know if I should be thinking about social or landing pages or Facebook or all these different channels that are out there, or mobile. And the answer is, you need to be personalizing and delivering communications across any channel your customer or prospect expects to engage your brand. If it is a reasonable expectation that your brand would have a presence on that channel, you need to be thinking about it. So we really have to look for turnkey and easy ways to empower personalization across all these different channels. Because one of the things we know from research is distributed marketing organizations are oftentimes very good at 1 or 2 channels. And those usually aren't digital channels. So we really have to think about how can we empower the brand across all these new and emerging channels that are out there. From a scalability standpoint, you want to make personalization as automated and turnkey as possible, number 1. And number 2, it needs to address the needs of all stakeholders who represent that brand. And one of the challenges that you're going to face is some of the investments in the technology that you may already have. Maybe corporate marketing has invested in campaign management or email marketing platforms that are very robust, that serve the needs of the organization, but they're used by a tiny subset of the marketing function. You really have to think about, can we empower the local marketer, give them some autonomy in this equation, give them the ability to take the intimate knowledge that they have of local target audiences and push that out into campaigns. And you really want to oversee that from a corporate standpoint. You want to oversee how they're delivering messages, how often, how frequently, what channels they're delivering those messages in. So, from a scalability standpoint, the platform that you leverage really needs to address the needs of both corporate marketing and local marketers simultaneously. That is not happening today. Today, what's happening frequently is corporate marketing invests in marketing technologies, and your local marketers or local affiliates invest in their own versions of those technologies, their own email marketing platforms or marketing automation or search engine optimization. And that creates a gap in visibility of campaign performance. It creates redundant spending. It's not efficient. Lots of challenges. So one core central platform that can be scalable for your organization is key. And then finally, from a simplicity standpoint, you want a solution that is low risk, that is a low burden to invest in, that may be low cost or a minimal learning curve. And one of the things you can look at now is on-demand solutions. So there are actually technologies designed specifically for distributed marketers where the system is very similar to an email tool, very similar to a campaign management tool, but you can manage this relationship and this hierarchy between corporate marketing and your local marketing affiliates. And it's not just about managing and compliance, it's really about empowering both parties. Oftentimes local marketers don't have the intimate knowledge of the market that corporate marketing does. So, corporate marketing sometimes is sending on behalf of local marketers, sending campaigns. But at the same time, you want those local marketers not to go invest in technology. You want them to invest in tools, and you want to help them you want to help them deliver communications to their customers and prospects more effectively. So localized marketing automation platforms help you do that by allowing corporate marketing to create templates. And those could be across any different channel. You could create a landing page template, you could create a template for a print campaign or a piece of collateral, and then it allows local marketers to go in there and customize certain aspects of those templates while ensuring that compliance and brand compliance, because other aspects are locked. So very powerful. So if you want more information on any of these three pillars of turnkey personalization, there's a lot more detail in the webinar, which is available from Distribuon. You get the link right here. And if you're interested in reading more research or learning about best practices from our market data, you can check out the local marketing automation research portal from Gleanster. One last thing, I want to thank Distribuon for commissioning the webinar and giving you guys visibility into the data that we may not have otherwise taken a look at. This is a great topic. It's a challenge for everyone, and there are actually strategies and recommendations in these findings that could be very useful for your organization.